It's good. It's puffy.
They're really good.
Beautiful presentation on your table.
This is delicious.
The 1970s were a golden age of bold flavors and curious culinary experiments, where dinner tables overflowed with gelatin molds, creamy casseroles, and vegetable-topped surprises. From tangy molded salads to buttery potato bakes, these side dishes defined an era of comfort food and creative chaos. But as tastes evolved, many of these once-loved classics quietly vanished from our plates. So, join us today as we explore 25 side dishes from the 1970s that faded into history. Deviled eggs were the quintessential party favorite, combining simplicity, flavor, and a touch of elegance. Made by having hard-boiled eggs and filling them with a creamy blend of yolks, mayonnaise, mustard, and seasonings, they were garnished with a sprinkle of paprika or a dash of pickle relish for color and zest. Their smooth texture and tangy flavor made them irresistible finger foods at picnics, luncheons, and family gatherings.
Many iterations since, and the creamier ones we have now are truly delicious. I think you should make them all the time.
Each household had its own twist. Some added vinegar for brightness, others a hint of horseradish or hot sauce for kick. Neatly arranged on serving trays, deviled eggs were both beautiful and satisfying, representing an era that valued presentation as much as taste. Though modern appetizers have evolved, few can match the timeless charm of these bite-sized classics. From the timeless appeal of deviled eggs, one might wonder, what hearty casserole brought broccoli and rice together into a creamy comfort dish? Broccoli rice casserole was the ultimate comfort dish that turned simple ingredients into a rich, satisfying family favorite. It combined tender broccoli florets with fluffy rice, creamy mushroom soup, and melted cheese, all baked together until warm and bubbly.
I'm going to pour that in, add the reserved shredded cheddar cheese on top, cover this with foil.
The result was a perfectly balanced mix of creamy, cheesy goodness and soft vegetables, a side dish that easily stole the spotlight. Often topped with crushed crackers or breadcrumbs for extra texture, it added a homey crunch to every bite.
It's a mixture of your starch, your vegetable, and it's cheesy. I really hope that you give this a try. I'm sure you and your family will love this.
Served at potlucks, holidays, and weeknight dinners alike, broccoli rice casserole symbolized the heart of home-style cooking. Easy to prepare, filling, and made to share. Though its popularity has waned, its comforting flavor still evokes memories of family tables filled with love and laughter. Celery, olive, and carrot cups were a quirky yet charming appetizer that reflected the playful creativity of vintage entertaining. Typically served in small lettuce cups or gelatin molds, the dish featured crisp celery sticks, sliced carrots, and pimento-stuffed olives arranged in a colorful decorative display. Sometimes held together with a light aspic or mayonnaise dressing, these cups added brightness and crunch to buffet spreads and luncheon tables. They were admired as much for their visual appeal as for their refreshing flavor, a cool, crisp contrast to heavier main courses.
So we marinated overnight. It's time to look at what we got. Oh yeah, baby.
Though unconventional by today's standards, celery, olive, and carrot cups captured the spirit of an era when presentation and novelty defined home entertaining, turning simple vegetables into elegant conversation starters at social gatherings. Stuffed tomatoes or peppers were a vibrant and satisfying dish that turned everyday vegetables into flavorful, eye-catching centerpieces. Hollowed and filled with savory mixtures of rice, ground meat, breadcrumbs, herbs, and sometimes cheese, they were baked until tender and aromatic.
The tops are, you're definitely going to eat them. We don't like to waste anything. And they're also going to be like little covers for the amistad. They look pretty and they taste delicious.
The tomatoes offered a juicy sweetness that melded beautifully with the hearty fillings, while bell peppers added a mild, earthy flavor that complemented the savory stuffing. Often served at family dinners or festive occasions, these colorful creations represented resourceful home cooking, using simple ingredients to create something impressive. Their aroma filled kitchens with warmth, and their bright presentation added flair to any table. Though modern cooking has simplified sides, stuffed tomatoes and peppers remain a nostalgic reminder of wholesome, oven-baked comfort made with care and creativity. No 1970s party spread was complete without a bubbling pot of cocktail meatballs simmering in a sweet and tangy sauce. These bite-sized appetizers, often made from frozen meatballs, were coated in mixtures of grape jelly and chili sauce or sometimes brown sugar and ketchup, a quirky flavor pairing that somehow worked. They became the ultimate crowd pleaser at fondue parties, bridge nights, and neighborhood gatherings. Served on toothpicks, they represented the playful, communal spirit of 1970s entertaining, when hors d'oeuvres were just as important as the main course.
They're really good. I think when they sit in the crock pot for a little while in the sauce, they'll be even better.
Though modern appetizers have grown more refined, the retro charm of cocktail meatballs still sparks nostalgia for an era that embraced culinary creativity without pretense. If cocktail meatballs stole the spotlight at gatherings, what convenient pantry staple became the ultimate meal in a can with Campbell's Chunky Soup? When Campbell's introduced its Chunky Soup line in the 1970s, it was marketed as the soup that eats like a meal.
Jim says chunky sirloin burger so chunky you'd be tempted to eat it with a fork.
Same here, but Ted uses a spoon to get every drop.
This was no delicate broth. It was thick, hearty, and packed with meaty chunks and vegetables designed to satisfy a working-class appetite. Flavors like beef with country vegetables and chicken corn chowder catered to the decade's craving for comfort and convenience.
Reach into my cupboard for a can of Campbell's soup.
Campbell's makes your cooking
good.
The product embodied the emerging manly meal trend, often advertised with rugged imagery and football tie-ins. While Chunky Soup still exists today, its original 1970s formulas and branding, tied closely to the canned food boom, belonged to a different culinary era, when soup symbolized efficiency and reliability in every spoonful. Russian potato salad, often known as Olivier salad, was a creamy and colorful dish that added a touch of international flair to mid-century dining tables. Made with diced potatoes, boiled eggs, peas, carrots, and pickles, it was all bound together with a rich mayonnaise dressing.
It's also sometimes called Russian potato salad. So Russian potato salad, Ukrainian potato salad, take your pick.
Many versions also included bits of ham or chicken for extra heartiness. The salad's smooth, tangy flavor and soft texture made it both comforting and refreshing, perfect for picnics, luncheons, or festive spreads. Its visual appeal, pastel tones of vegetables and egg against a creamy backdrop, made it a standout among cold sides. Though it originated far from American kitchens, it became a beloved staple of home entertainment, representing the era's curiosity for global flavors wrapped in a familiar, comforting form. Among the strangest culinary inventions of the 1970s was ham and bananas hollandaise, a dish that perfectly showcased the era's fearless food experimentation. The recipe, often found in company cookbooks by Chiquita and Del Monte, called for wrapping bananas in slices of ham, topping them with prepared mustard, and baking them under a blanket of rich hollandaise sauce. It was equal parts daring and bizarre, embodying the decade's fascination with combining sweet and savory in unexpected ways.
Another old recipe. Pretty good.
It's all right.
While it was presented as an elegant brunch or dinner side, the flavor combination left many puzzled. Today, ham and bananas hollandaise stands as a humorous culinary relic, a reminder of how adventurous and occasionally misguided 1970s home cooks could be. Speaking of daring culinary choices, what nostalgic deli meat captured mid-century imagination like Oscar Mayer olive loaf? A staple of supermarket deli counters in the 1970s, Oscar Mayer's olive loaf was both loved and ridiculed for its unusual appearance and taste. This processed lunch meat blended finely ground pork and beef with chunks of green pimiento-stuffed olives suspended throughout, creating a mosaic-like cross-section when sliced. It was marketed as a sophisticated sandwich option for adults seeking something different from standard bologna or ham.
I think I like it. But I think I like it. It's not that bad.
Typically served cold on white bread with mayonnaise or lettuce, olive loaf became synonymous with mid-century convenience eating. As palates shifted toward fresher, less processed foods, its popularity waned. Still, for many who grew up during the decade, olive loaf evokes vivid memories of packed lunches and retro refrigerator staples. Colorful, tangy, and effortlessly retro, three-bean salad was a staple side dish at 1970s picnics, potlucks, and backyard barbecues. Its charm came from the perfect balance of sweet and sour, a bright vinegar-sugar dressing poured over a mix of green beans, wax beans, and kidney beans.
Everything comes together perfectly, just melds together so wonderfully. Such a big crowd pleaser, everybody loves it.
The flavors deepened as the salad chilled, making it even better the next day. Served cold, it provided a refreshing contrast to hearty casseroles, grilled meats, and creamy potato dishes.
Add other ingredients too, like some other ones that are great in here are some fresh chopped tomato, some fresh or roasted corn.
Home cooks loved its no-fuss preparation and long refrigerator life, often making it a head for family gatherings. With its vibrant colors and crisp texture, three-bean salad added both visual appeal and a nostalgic bite of simplicity to the 1970s table. A reminder that sometimes, the best side dishes are the ones that let fresh ingredients and a little tangy dressing do all the work. The rise of quiche Lorraine in the 1970s reflected America's growing curiosity about European cuisine, especially the French trend of elegant, egg-based dishes. Made with a buttery pastry crust filled with eggs, cream, bacon, and Swiss or Gruyere cheese, it was both refined and comforting. Magazines like Better Homes and Gardens popularized it as the ideal brunch or luncheon dish for the modern hostess. It became a staple of baby showers, potlucks, and ladies who lunch gatherings. However, as low-cholesterol diets took over in the 1980s, quiche Lorraine's rich ingredients lost favor.
It's good, it's puffy. It's going to go down slightly when it cools off, and then you can lift it up out of the thing and cut it.
Though variations still appear in cafes today, the classic quiche Lorraine recalls a time when French-inspired sophistication ruled suburban kitchens and casseroles met couture cuisine. If quiche offered European elegance, how did hearty casseroles like mushroom leek pasta kugel bring comfort with a vegetarian twist? Mushroom leek pasta kugel was a savory twist on a classic comfort dish, blending creamy noodles with earthy vegetables and rich seasonings. Made from tender egg noodles mixed with sautéed mushrooms, caramelized leeks, eggs, and sour cream, it was baked until the top turned golden and crisp while the inside stayed soft and custardy. The combination of sweet leeks and umami mushrooms created a deep, satisfying flavor that elevated the simple casserole to something special. Often served at family dinners or festive gatherings, it offered a hearty, vegetarian-friendly option that felt both traditional and sophisticated. Though rarely seen on modern menus, mushroom leek pasta kugel remains a delicious reminder of an era when casseroles were crafted with care, balance, and timeless home-cooked warmth. Almond, cranberry, and sweet potato stuffing casserole was a festive, flavor-packed dish that blended sweet, savory, and nutty elements into one comforting creation. It featured tender cubes of sweet potato tossed with dried cranberries, crunchy almonds, and traditional bread stuffing, all moistened with seasoned broth and baked until golden and aromatic.
We want the color. We want people to see that orange from the sweet potatoes and the red from the cranberries.
The sweetness of the cranberries and potatoes contrasted beautifully with the toasty nuts and herbed bread, creating a perfect balance of textures and tastes. Often served during holiday feasts, it stood out as a colorful, wholesome alternative to traditional stuffing. Each bite carried warmth, depth, and a hint of natural sweetness, capturing the essence of family celebrations and the inventive spirit of home cooks who loved blending comfort with creativity. In the 1970s, nothing said social dining, quite like a bubbling pot of cheese fondue surrounded by long forks and eager guests. Imported from Switzerland and popularized in America through entertaining guides and cookware ads, cheese fondue became a dinner party sensation. Hosts melted blends of Gruyere, Emmental, and white wine in special fondue pots, inviting friends to dip cubes of bread, vegetables, or even apples. It wasn't just a dish, it was an experience built around conversation and communal eating.
Cut the heaviness of the cheese. And that's your cheese fondue. Dip your bread right in the saucepan like this.
The fondue craze symbolized sophistication and togetherness, fitting perfectly with the decade's relaxed, entertaining style. Though its popularity declined with changing tastes, cheese fondue remains a nostalgic emblem of 1970s hospitality and the art of slow, shared dining. In the 1970s, green bean almondine brought a touch of French-inspired elegance to American dinner tables. This simple yet sophisticated side dish featured tender crisp green beans sautéed in butter and tossed with toasted sliced almonds, a squeeze of lemon, and a hint of salt. The result was a bright, nutty flavor and a glossy finish that made even the humblest vegetable feel dinner party worthy. Often served alongside roasts, casseroles, or holiday mains, it offered a refreshing balance to the decade's heavier, creamier fare.
So if you're looking for a special occasion side dish, this would be perfect. But you know what? Forget about special occasions. This is also just a great, easy weeknight side dish.
Easy to prepare but impressive in presentation, green bean almondine became a symbol of refinement in home cooking, a way to make vegetables shine without a can of soup in sight. Though its name may sound fancy, its charm lies in its simplicity and the satisfying crunch that accompanies every buttery bite. Roasted salmon on a bed of apples and potatoes was an elegant yet comforting dish that showcased the beauty of simple, wholesome ingredients. Slices of tender potatoes and crisp apples were layered beneath fresh salmon fillets, then roasted together until the flavors melded into a savory sweet harmony. The apples lent a subtle fruitiness that complemented the salmon's richness, while the potatoes absorbed the flavorful juices, turning golden and soft.
This dinner is ready. The salmon flakes off easily and it's perfectly cooked.
A drizzle of butter or olive oil and a touch of herbs, often thyme or rosemary, added aroma and depth. Served straight from the oven, this dish was both hearty and refined, offering a perfect balance of textures and tastes. It reflected an era when home cooks blended rustic roots with a growing appreciation for lighter, gourmet-style meals. Despite its controversial name, Watergate salad became one of the most beloved and delightfully odd side dishes of the 1970s. This pastel green concoction combined pistachio pudding mix, canned pineapple, mini marshmallows, whipped topping, and chopped nuts into a fluffy, sweet salad. Rumored to have originated from a craft recipe or DC hotel menu, it gained fame through potlucks and community cookbooks. Its creamy, fruity texture and light, cloud-like appearance made it a favorite for holidays and picnics alike.
Now, I can guarantee you one thing, this is delicious. And I'm going to give some to my neighbors, and they will be happy. All right?
Though few could explain its link to the Watergate scandal, the dessert's playful name and nostalgic flavor made it unforgettable. Today, it stands as a sugary symbol of 1970s creativity, when even salads could be sweet, green, and irresistibly retro. For many American families in the 1970s, tuna noodle casserole was the definition of weeknight comfort. Made from canned tuna, cream of mushroom soup, egg noodles, and topped with crispy breadcrumbs or potato chips, it represented everything convenient cooking promised. Housewives loved its affordability and simplicity, while food companies like Campbell's promoted it through endless recipe cards. The dish was filling, creamy, and relied heavily on pantry staples, perfect for an era shaped by practicality and post-war cooking habits.
The seasoning, the onions, the celery. My God, this is delicious.
Served in Pyrex dishes and baked to golden perfection, It appeared at potlucks, church suppers, and dinner tables nationwide. Though it gradually disappeared as fresh ingredients gained favor, tuna noodle casserole remains a sentimental taste of mid-century no-fuss family dining.
Noodles, the cheese, the cream of mushroom.
After classic tuna casserole, who could resist a rustic, root vegetable-laden stew like chicken sancocho? Chicken sancocho was a hearty, soul-warming stew that celebrated the comforting flavors of home-cooked tradition. This dish combined tender chicken pieces with a medley of root vegetables like yuca, potatoes, and plantains, simmered in a rich, flavorful broth infused with garlic, onions, peppers, and fresh herbs. The slow cooking allowed the ingredients to meld together, creating a savory, slightly sweet, and deeply satisfying flavor profile.
Some of the root vegetables and add it in. This will help thicken the broth.
Often served with rice or a wedge of lime on the side, sancocho was a centerpiece at family gatherings and festive occasions. Its rustic presentation and nourishing qualities made it a beloved staple, representing both the creativity and warmth of home kitchens, where simple ingredients could be transformed into a deeply comforting and memorable meal. Vegetarian cabbage rolls in a tomato raisin sauce were a flavorful and comforting dish that showcased the ingenuity of plant-based home cooking. Tender cabbage leaves were filled with a savory mixture of rice, vegetables, and herbs, then gently simmered in a tangy tomato sauce sweetened with plump raisins. The combination of soft, earthy cabbage, hearty filling, and the sweet and tart sauce created a delightful contrast of textures and flavors. Often served as a main or side dish at family dinners, these rolls offered a nourishing and visually appealing alternative to meat-based dishes.
Whole cabbage leaves can be stuffed with various fillings like ground beef, rice, and vegetables to make endless variations on cabbage rolls.
Though less common on modern tables, vegetarian cabbage rolls remain a nostalgic reminder of an era when cooks transformed simple ingredients into satisfying, wholesome, and imaginative meals. Easy beef pot pie was a hearty and comforting dish that epitomized home-cooked simplicity. Tender chunks of beef were simmered with carrots, peas, and onions in a rich, savory gravy, then encased under a flaky, golden pastry crust. Baked until bubbling and perfectly browned, each slice revealed a warm, flavorful filling that balanced meatiness with tender vegetables. Its appeal lay in both convenience and satisfaction. Easy to prepare, yet deeply rewarding, making it a staple for weeknight dinners and family gatherings alike.
The difference is the fresh ingredients, the fresh pastry dough, and the love you put into it yourself.
The dish offered a sense of warmth and nostalgia, evoking kitchens filled with the aroma of slow-cooked goodness. Though modern variations exist, easy beef pot pie remains a timeless example of comforting, classic American cooking. Long before molecular gastronomy, the 1970s had aspic, a wobbly, gelatin-based side dish that turned savory foods into shimmering sculptures. Made from clear, savory gelatin derived from meat stock. Aspic encases vegetables, meats, eggs, or even seafood within translucent molds. It was considered elegant and artistic, often served at luncheons or buffets as a cold, glossy centerpiece.
Add a little bit of basil all over the top of each aspic.
Cookbooks and magazines of the decade showcased elaborate aspic towers, reflecting the era's fascination with presentation and culinary experimentation. However, its rubbery texture and unusual mouthfeel eventually turned diners away. As food trends shifted toward warmth and freshness, aspic fell out of fashion and is remembered today as one of the most visually striking, yet puzzling, side dishes of its time. This flavorful casserole took inspiration from French onion soup, featuring caramelized onions, garlic, and a savory broth that blended beautifully with tender rice. Rather than serving as the centerpiece of a meal, it often accompanied roasted meats or baked entrees, adding a comforting, aromatic touch to the table.
Oh. That looks delicious. Time to sprinkle on some cheese.
The rice absorbed the rich onion flavor, while a light layer of cheese or crispy onions on top provided texture and warmth. Served straight from the oven, it was a satisfying side dish that brought depth and home-style flavor to any 1970s dinner spread. Once considered the height of elegant comfort food, chicken a la king reigned supreme on 1970s dinner tables and restaurant menus alike. This creamy dish featured diced chicken simmered in a luxurious sauce made of butter, mushrooms, pimentos, and cream, typically served over rice, toast points, or noodles.
Chicken pot pie experience, but served over rice. I don't know how you could improve this. This is like a 12 out of 10.
Its origins trace back to early 20th century fine dining, but it found new life in the 70s through canned and frozen versions that made gourmet cooking accessible to home cooks. Brands like Swanson and Campbell's helped popularize it as a quick yet classy meal. However, as tastes shifted toward lighter, fresher fare, chicken a la king lost its royal appeal. Today, it survives mainly in nostalgic cookbooks as a relic of creamy, comforting decadence. Breakfast in the 1970s often meant simplicity with a touch of charm, and nothing embodied that better than dippy eggs in toast, also known as eggs in a basket, or toad in the hole. A slice of bread was buttered, a hole cut in the center, and an egg fried right inside, creating a golden, crispy frame around a soft, dippable yolk. While often served as part of a larger breakfast spread, it also made a simple, savory side to accompany bacon, sausages, or hash browns.
Drop that right in there. This egg will glue that piece of toast back together.
Its buttery aroma and runny yolk added warmth and comfort to any morning meal, making it a small but memorable highlight of the decade's home-style cooking.